Welcome to this video, where I'm going to reveal the top 7 marketing mistakes that most practices are committing that's stopping their flow of new patients, and I'm going to show you how to fix them. In this short video, I'm going to reveal the top marketing mistakes that can completely stall and kill the flow of new patients into your practice. Number 1, not knowing what marketing truly is. Many doctors think they're marketing because they run a newspaper ad once in a while or have a Yellow Page ad going. That's not marketing, that's advertising. Marketing is a systematic plan of many business activities that collectively work to attract and retain individuals who are in the need of your services. Therefore, if you don't have several advertising systems in place creating a marketing system, then that's why you're struggling so hard. You're simply not doing enough. And here's the major cornerstones of a full-fledged marketing system. There's professional referral marketing systems, internet marketing systems, branding systems, internal marketing systems, and external marketing system, and public relations systems. So if you're not doing all of these, then that's why it's so hard for you right now to get new patients into your practice. Number 2, trying to do everything yourself. Trying to do everything yourself is an endless loop of insanity because you never get a chance to focus on the best ways to do things, as you're always super busy doing everything yourself. Plus, have you ever heard of another business where the CEO is also in charge of marketing, sales, products, services, customer support, finance, strategy, and then has to treat the patients? It's absurd when you put it this way. Effective marketing is planned communication, key emphasis on planned, where follow-up and where you follow a well-considered and specific plan. You need to plan your marketing carefully, preferably with the guidance of experienced professionals who know the ins and outs of marketing a practice. They can steer you toward the tactics that are proven to work in any given situation and help you steer clear of the things that will fall flat. Number 3, frozen with indecision. As a doctor, you're scientifically minded and you're an analytical thinker. That's great when it comes to practicing medicine, but not so great when it comes to launching a marketing campaign for your practice. Sometimes you think so long and hard about what to do that you confuse thinking with action. See, thinking and planning alone don't attract new patients to your practice. The solution to this is to give yourself a short deadline for making your decision and then make the decision. Sometimes it seems that making the wrong decision can be the worst thing that could happen to you, but in fact, it's doing nothing that will lead to demise. Also, keep in mind that if you take small actions and implement a marketing strategy or an advertising tactic, then you're not betting it all on one hand. Number 4, too many hands in the pot. When it comes to marketing, everyone and their cat and dog seems to have an opinion. Partners, staff, associates, spouses, patients, friends, and the janitor all want to give their 2 cents. Many doctors have gone out of business because they were waiting and waiting for everyone to agree on their marketing strategies. It's never going to happen like that. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, your competitors are launching campaign after campaign without all the hangups you're experiencing. The end result is your competitor is attracting hundreds of new patients while you're still waiting on approval over colors, logos, and graphics, things that don't really matter that much. The solution is for you to come to make a decision on objectives and a budget, and then have a qualified third party write and implement a marketing plan for you. Empower that person to make all decisions while you only approve the elements of your campaign. Then evaluate results on a weekly basis. That way you'll avoid massive hassle and lost opportunity. Number 5, poorly trained staff. As you start generating patient calls and inquiries from your external advertising, you also need to have weekly meetings with your staff on how to handle those leads. Patients that are generated from your advertising strategies will come to your practice with a different set of questions because they don't know you yet. It's vitally important that you have scripts, tools, and training resources that your staff can use to turn those questions into appointments. It's a classic mistake to assume that patients who just heard about your practice through your marketing will have the same trust in your practice as your longtime patients and doctor referrals. It doesn't happen that way. In many cases, untrained staff have unknowingly had a dramatic negative effect on the effectiveness of marketing for a practice. Number 6, viewing marketing as an expense. Many practice owners struggle with investing in marketing because they've spent so much money on bad advertising that doesn't work. So when presented with strategies that do work, they're hesitant. There are 2 reasons for this. The first reason is because they're not testing strategies in small increments. This will avoid blowing your whole budget on one strategy. The second reason is that they are viewing marketing as a cost and not as a revenue center. Let's be clear here. The only way to get new patients is to do some form of getting the word out about your practice. In other words, marketing. More importantly, rather than focus solely on how much a given marketing strategy costs you, you'll need to consider what it returns compared to its cost. So, after all, is $5,000 too expensive for a marketing strategy? Well, not if it brings in $35,000 in revenue. So the question you must constantly be asking is, how much revenue does this marketing investment bring you? Number 7, not having a well-defined target market. One of the most important things you can ever do to increase the effectiveness of your marketing strategies is to define your target market. By defining your target market, you speak to a specific type of patient that you can get the best results for while maximizing your revenue. However, the only way to do that is to know what that specific market wants and what's important to them and what they do not want. You have to dig deep into that market. You have to ask yourself questions like, do they want wellness? Do they want someone to help them with their lifestyle? Are they in pain? Do they want a lifestyle change, etc.? When you have a defined target market that you can deliver great results for, then you can start to increase your fees because you know that you are providing a premium service to a specific type of patient. Number 8, no consistent marketing. It's a well-documented fact that it takes 8 to 10 marketing repetitions for people to even remember your message. Yet most doctors don't give their marketing a chance to succeed. You can't send out a postcard or newsletter once a year and hope that generates enough patients to feed your practice with patients year-round. It doesn't happen that way. You must have marketing systems that are working to attract new patients to your practice every single day of the week that you're open for business. That means you have to sit down at least once a quarter and map out your marketing strategies for the next 90 days and then implement them. Yes, sometimes a strategy won't work as well as you'd hoped it would, and you'll be tempted to stop marketing. But you must win that battle and keep marketing. Your practice is depending on you. After all, if one treatment plan didn't work for a patient, would you tell them to start making funeral arrangements, or would you try something else? Well, the same thing goes for marketing. Number 9, not tracking new patient sources. One of the biggest mistakes that practice owners make is that they don't track the source of patients and referrals. Therefore, they have no clue about what's working or what's not working, which means they may be wasting the large majority of their marketing dollars. This can also result in inadvertently stopping an advertising strategy that is generating you a boatload of new patients. Also, it's important to mention that simply asking a patient is not a reliable enough method. You must use things like coupon codes, tracking software, and trackable steps that patients must do to redeem their offer. Lastly, you must convince your staff to track the actual source of every new patient from that very first call into the office on. Once you have patient data, you can easily go back and calculate approximate return on investment by the strategy that you've implemented. Number 10, doing nothing but hoping. Let's be frank here. Hoping without taking action is not a viable strategy for your practice. Yes, I know there are practices that seem to be doing well without doing paid advertising, but they are the outliers. You're here today because you want a predictable and consistent flow of patients flowing into your practice. Sitting around and hoping that things magically turn around is never the solution. You have to take action and be a part of your own success. After all, in today's world, consumers are exposed to over 3,000 commercial messages a day. So if you're doing nothing to attract them to your practice, they'll never even know you exist. Worse, and this is new, you are now competing with colleagues who are using sophisticated marketing companies to get their messages out. So the competition is fierce. Now, over the past few minutes, I shared with you some of the biggest mistakes that I'm seeing that practices are making in their marketing. However, just knowing about the mistakes will not help your practice. You must take action to fix the problems. That's why in the next video, I'm going to show you an awesome solution that will fix your marketing problems and allow you to attract more patients than ever before. So keep an eye out for an email from me with details on the next video I created for you that will show you all of the marketing solutions you can implement in your practice right now and start attracting more new patients.